HSUS, which is the Humane Society of the United States, and HSUI, which is the Humane Society International, reached out to their shelter partners throughout the United States and Canada, asking if we had any space to take in Korean meat market dogs, or some of them may have been used for the puppy mill trade. They reached out to us about 2 weeks ago, and last week those dogs came in. Over 60 of them came from one farm in Korea. In total, 100 dogs came from Korea over to the United States, and they were dispersed throughout the east coast of the United States and to the shelter partners, and then the rest went to Canada. So this is the second time that we have participated with Korean meat market dogs. The first time we got 2 Jindo puppies, and they got adopted pretty quickly. So this time we took in 8 from Korea, and they are a mix of poodle, Chihuahua, we've got terriers, we've got a couple of Jindos, and a couple of Tosa Inus, which is the breed for Korea. Some of them are really scared. They've been living in a cage, so they'll need some socialization, and then some are really outgoing and seem to really like people. Again, they've been living in a cage, so they'll need the proper housebreaking, things like that, but in time and patience, they can make somebody a wonderful pet. We try to help HSUS. We also help during hurricanes and natural disasters. Even we also have a shelter ally program with HSUS. COVID has made it a little bit more difficult as far as moving these animals around. But yes, we are a partner with them. So if they were to go in and help another farmer in Korea to switch over to a different crop, then yeah, if we had the space, we would also participate. We always make sure that we have space to take in these animals, that our animals are in our locality are being adopted or rescued before we commit to bringing any other animals in from somewhere else. So the dogs from Korea, they went into this Korean farm, HSI went into the Korean farm in February, and then COVID hit, so they weren't able to move them out of Korea. So they stayed in a 30-day quarantine while they were in Korea, and then they've been boarded until they could make the trip last week. When they first took possession of the animals, a vet took a look at them, gave them the necessary vaccines, and then, like I said, they went into a boarding situation. And then before they were able to actually fly out of Korea, they again saw a vet, had to get their health certificates and any additional vaccines that they may have needed, and then they were able to fly over. So any animal that you adopt from us, the adoption fee actually includes a vet visit. So even these dogs will still go and see a vet. They'll be altered, spay or neutered. They'll make sure all of their vaccines are up to date, and then they get a rabies, a microchip, and then they're tested for heartworms to make sure that they're negative, or if they test positive, we'll make you aware. But all of our animals that go up for adoption also get all of this. So again, if you wanted to help a Korean meat market dog, email us and we'll try to match you up with one we think will fit your family. But we have many other dogs here that need an adoptive family or a loving family. In addition to, we get all kinds of pets. So we, of course, have cats and kittens. It's that time of year, so lots of cats and kittens are here. But we also get our critters, like currently we have rats. We do get goats, chickens, pigs, pretty much anything you can think of. We get a lot of guinea pigs, rabbits. So instead of buying those at your pet stores, you could always reach out to us and see if we have any, and we can, again, set you up for a meet and see if it will fit with your family. We are working by appointments only, so what we ask is if you go on our website and you see one that you would like to meet, that you send us an email at animalshelter@charlescountymd.gov, and then we'll schedule you an appointment. And we do that for all of the animals, not just our Korean dogs. As soon as an animal becomes available for adoption, it's put on our website. So if you're looking for a certain breed, or you really want to rescue one from the shelter, then check our website. We also do post on our Facebook page, which is Tri-County Animal Shelter, Southern Maryland. And you'll see some of those animals on that page, but you'll still need to send in the email, set up your appointment, and then come on in and we will give you the opportunity to meet the animals. If you have dogs at home and you're concerned whether your dog at home is going to get along with the dog that we have here, we do advise you to bring your dog with you. We can do a meet and greet through a fence, and you can kind of get an indication of how the two dogs might adjust to each other living in the home. Of course, we would, for the first couple of weeks, expect you to supervise the animals and make sure they actually are getting along. If you're thinking of adopting, now's the time.
Lifestyles is a nonprofit organization. We've been established for more than 20 years ago, and our goal is really providing help, hope, and transformation in the Southern Maryland community. So our goals is to look at emergency crisis needs to helping people to become self-sufficient. We actually have one of our cooling centers that are located here in Charles County. This is one of 4 centers that was developed with a great collaborative effort from a multitude of partners here in the county, including our Department of Emergency Services, including Lifestyles, and also our Charles County Public Library System. Our other cooling stations are located at New Hope Church of God, Willing Helpers Hall, as well as the Indian Head Town Hall. And this was really about making sure people stay hydrated and stay alive during this heat advisory. So it started out on this past Friday from 11 to 7, and it will continue through the heat advisory. And so we appreciate our county for being so supportive of this initiative. While we understand buildings can't be physically open during this time, we're just glad that people were able to be innovative about still providing these cooling stations in the midst of this pandemic.
Well, we got the cooling stations from Mrs. Lilly Emergency Services, and Nick Ellis helped us out. He gave me a training on the cooling fan. So what happens is there's a water source, there's an electrical outlet, and by the water cooling the back of the cardboard, that presents a mist and a cooling effect. So at 7 o'clock in the a.m., we cut them on. Around 8 o'clock p.m., we cut them off. As you see, clients can get water, they can stay cool, and as Mrs. Young spoke about, it's all about trying to keep people alive.
So Lifestyles established a text message alert system for our homeless population, so we can be able to spread information quickly to them about available resources and services and when our outreach team will be out. So we were able to get the information out to them last week. We shared it on our social media, and then of course our partners helped to provide the information to people who we thought would be in need as well. We established 4 stations because we wanted to be strategic around the county. So we looked at placing one in western part of the county as well as Waldorf and La Plata, which is where the majority of our homeless residents actually stay. And that's the reason why we selected those four partners to work with. Our homeless population have a varying level of definitions. So we have those that are in the tents, those that are in cars. We have people who are in hotels day by day, not sure whether they're going to be there night to night. And then we have those that are with family and friends. And again, it's a very transient, short-term resident. So we serve all types of homeless population, and so all of them are welcome to use these cooling stations during this time. We hope that in the future, when there is a heat advisory, that we can continue this collaborative effort. So we will always need donations of water, donations of funds to be able to purchase these items. We are so grateful for volunteers who have been coming periodically to replenish the water and check on the equipment. So if people want to volunteer to help us with this effort, that would be awesome as well. I can give you our contact information to be able to share that. Our toll-free number is 1-866-293-0623. And you can also email us at info@lifestylesofmd.org. We want to say is that we are so glad to work with a county who loves serving people. And so ultimately this could not have been done without Michelle Lilly, who's the Director of Emergency Services, and her entire staff for working with our agency and providing this resource in a short period of time, and it turned out to be an awesome partnership. So I'd like to just thank a few people as well as our partners for being able to provide the water and the other volunteer support. So we want to thank Karen Williams and Dina and Jim Harris, who have supported our Indian Head Town Hall. We want to thank Pastor Aaron Jones and Elder Carey from New Hope Church of God. We want to thank Pastor John Lewis from Servants of Christ Ministries. We want to thank Pastor Coggins and Willing Helpers Hall, Pastor Romeo McClary from Haven of Rest Ministries, and Pastor Thurkel Freeman with End Hunger in Charles County.
Applying for jobs with Charles County government is now easier and more efficient. Visit www.charlescountymd.gov for more information.